Update on Art Collector, what he's doing as far as training now, how he came out of the Preakness?
He seems like he's really good. He, we got him back to the track. He's galloping. He's moving well, and everything seems to be good. We were a little disappointed. We didn't show as much punch down the lane as he normally does. And we're not seeing a lot for excuses, so we're just going to kind of regroup and, just see how he comes out of it. He'll probably breeze towards the end of this week, and we'll see how he handles that, and then start thinking about what the next one's going to be.
What are the options for the next one?
Everything's on the table right now. You've got the mile, you've got the classic, you've got the Clark at Churchill. The biggest thing for us right now is, we want to make sure our horse is right, and wherever we go with him, we want to be taking our best shot and doing right by him. So I think after we breeze him a time or two, I think he'll start to kind of answer some of those questions. And then we'll be able to kind of make some decisions as to what we think's best for the horse.
The mile on dirt versus the mile on turf. With the Brewers Cup, the fact that it's 2 turns at Keeneland, does that put that a little more in play than?
Well, I think it does. I mean, obviously we know he likes that racetrack over at Keeneland, and with it being a two-turn mile, I think that probably works to our favor a little bit more than a 1-turn mile. So, that's certainly a race that's in play. The Classic's still in play. Again, we're really not thinking about races as much as we're just thinking about our horse right now, and we want to make sure that everything's good with him.
How do you analyze the Preakness when you look at it? I mean, I guess the jury's out at a mile and 3/16, so a mile and a quarter for him, because he really seemed like he wasn't the same horse much earlier than it wasn't like the last 8th mile or anything.
Well, he kind of took the worst of it. If you watch the race around the first turn, he was kind of stuck there inside of that horse, and you could see Brian tried to kind of push his way out at one point, and that didn't work, and then down the backside he was kind of stuck between horses and really couldn't get himself out of there. So the last thing I want to do is finger point or make excuses. It's a Grade 1 race, and you got to show up in those races, and you're not always going to get the dream trip. So that kind of goes along with horse racing. So the main thing for us right now is we just want to make sure that everything with our collector is 100%, and that when we do decide to lead him back over there, we want to know that we're in the right spot and we're taking our best shot with him.
The fact that the winner of that race in the second fastest Preakness ever run was a horse that you'd handled pretty easily in the filly, Swiss Skydiver, in the Bluegrass. Does that make you feel like, look, we know we belong with these horses, it just didn't work out on this day?
I don't think there's any question we belong with these horses. I was, just for whatever reason, it seemed like she kind of skipped over that racetrack, and we just couldn't quite find our gears. Again, now you go back to the racetrack excuse, and I don't want to give a lot of excuses. We took our best shot, and it didn't work. We got beat, but we're going to take our hats off to the filly. She ran fantastic. Bob's horse ran a great race and just missed. So now we got to worry about our horse and figure out how to put our horse in the mix with those things.
So how was the whole experience of having your first Triple Crown?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had a blast. The people at Pimlico were, I don't know that I've ever been treated any nicer. They made sure that every detail was covered for us. Everything from, they had a driver pick us up at the airport, take us back to the airport after it was all finished. Just every little detail was covered, and it was a lot of fun.
To put in perspective, if somebody had told you when you first got Art Collector, you're going to finish 4th in the Preakness, what would you have thought?
It was funny. After the race, everybody kept sending text messages, I'm sorry, and blah, blah, blah. I wish you would have done better. And it's like, dude, we just finished 4th in a Grade 1 against the Derby winner. And, it wasn't bad. I mean, I thought he flattened out a little bit in the drive. I thought he struggled a little bit on the racetrack. I thought around the first turn he was, he wasn't really where he wanted to be, and we didn't get the trip that we thought we were going to get. I mean, it wasn't a perfect day by any means, but it was the Preakness, and it was we had the time of our lives up there. I mean, that was a working vacation as far as I'm concerned. So it was good stuff.